Here's a question worth sitting with for a moment. If something happened to you tomorrow, would the people who depend on you financially be able to stay in their home and keep their plans on track and carry on without a financial crisis on top of everything else? Now, most people assume the answer is yes because they have insurance, but here's what we see time and again in our practice. Being underinsured rarely means having no insurance at all. It usually means having the wrong kind or not enough of the right kind of insurance. And if that description makes you a little uneasy, you're in good company. Now let's start by clearing something up. Insurance isn't something you set once and forget. It's tied to your income, your debts, your family, and your goals. And all of those things change over time. When your life moves forward, but your coverage stays frozen in place, a gap opens up. You may not notice it until it's too late to close. So let's take a look at the 5 most common warning signs of being underinsured. The first sign is simple. You haven't looked at your policies in 3 years or more. Think about how much can change in that window. A new home, a new job, a new baby, maybe a new business you started. Each of those events shifts how much protection you actually need. Coverage that made sense 5 years ago can quietly become outdated, leaving a gap that you don't know exists until your family needs it. A short, regular review isn't about selling you something new. It's about confirming that what you have still fits the life you're actually living. The second sign is relying entirely on the life insurance that comes bundled with your employee benefits. Group coverage is a genuinely useful starting point, and I always tell clients not to dismiss it, but it has real limitations. The amount of coverage is usually capped well below what a family needs. And this is the part that people forget. Group coverage doesn't follow you. If you change employers or retire, that protection can disappear at exactly the moment your income does too. If your workplace plan is the only coverage you have, it's worth taking a closer look at what happens if that plan is ever taken away. Now, here's a sign people rarely think about. Having no protection for your income if you become sick or injured and simply can't work. Most of us plan around the idea of dying too soon. Far fewer of us plan around the far more likely event of being unable to work for months or even years because of an illness or an injury. According to a 2005 survey conducted by RBC Insurance, only about 10% of Canadians have disability insurance and just 9% have critical illness coverage. Disability insurance is designed to replace a portion of your income if you can't work due to an illness or injury. Critical illness is a little different. It pays a tax-free lump sum if you're diagnosed with a serious condition like cancer, a stroke, or a heart attack, giving you breathing room to focus on recovery instead of your finances. Both exist to protect the same thing, your ability to earn income, which for most families is their single biggest financial asset. The fourth sign shows up more often than you'd expect. It's the client who says, well, I think I have something, but honestly, I'm not sure what it does. Most people are holding on to policies purchased years ago that they've never fully understood. You may be underinsured if you don't know what your coverage amount is, or if you're unclear on who your beneficiary is, or if you're holding term insurance versus whole life insurance and you're not really sure what the difference is. Now, none of that is unusual and it's nothing to be embarrassed about. The goal isn't to memorize your policy. It's simply to have a clarity on what it is and what it will end and what it will and will not do for your family. The fifth sign is about proportion. Have you taken on a larger mortgage? Are you paying for daycare, tuition, a higher cost of living than a few years ago? If your coverage amount hasn't moved while your financial obligations have grown, the math no longer works the way it used to. And your lifestyle and responsibilities expand, your protection needs to expand with them. Now, if you're a sole proprietor or you're in a partnership, there's a version of this problem that's easy to overlook entirely because it's not really about you. It's about what happens to your business and your business partner if something happens to you. Picture a 2-person partnership with no insurance-funded agreement in place. If one partner dies or becomes seriously ill, the surviving partner is often left in an impossible situation. They may need to buy out the other's share, but without the funding in place, that usually means draining cash from the business, taking on debt, or maybe even bringing in a new partner nobody chose, often the surviving spouse, and they may have no interest in running the business at all. A properly funded buy, sell, or partnership agreement uses insurance to make sure that the transition happens smoothly with cash being available exactly when it's needed, instead of forcing a fire sale or a long drawn-out dispute. If you own a business with a partner or even on your own and you don't know whether that funding is in place, that's a conversation worth having before it becomes urgent. None of this is about fear. It's about making sure that if life doesn't go as planned, the people you love, and if you're a business owner, the business you've built can carry on without unnecessary financial strain. That's why a proper risk management strategy matters. It's the foundation everything else in a financial plan is built on. And there's no one-size-fits-all answer here. And I'd encourage you to be cautious of anyone who suggests there is. If any of what you've heard today sounds familiar, the right next step is a straightforward insurance review. No obligation, no pressure. We'll take a look at what you already have, identify any gaps or unnecessary overlap, and talk through what, if anything, makes sense to adjust. Confidence doesn't come from a product. It comes from a plan that actually reflects your life and your business needs. If you'd like to start that conversation, reach out via the link below and I'd be glad to help.